Our story begins with Hiro, a young boy leaving the busy city to visit his grandpa in the quiet Japanese countryside. The train ride changes tall buildings into green rice fields and big mountains. Hiro's grandpa gives him a warm hug, and the peaceful village feels very different from the city. As they walk home, Hiro feels happy and like he belongs. His summer adventure is just starting. Life in the village is simple. Fresh air, sounds of nature, and doing everyday things with his grandpa. Hiro learns to plant a garden, catch fish, and listen to stories that fill his mind with exciting pictures. One evening, his grandpa goes to the tea house, leaving Hiro alone. A feeling of adventure starts to grow inside him. Hiro doesn't know it yet, but his own special story is about to begin. While the village is quiet, Hiro goes exploring. He walks past rice fields and over a wooden bridge, enjoying the peace. Under a willow tree, he reads his grandpa's fairy tales, wishing the magical creatures were real. As the sun starts to set, Hiro goes home, not knowing his adventure is just beginning. The world feels full of amazing things. Magic seems to hang in the air. Back at the house, Hiro's curiosity takes him to the attic. Among old, forgotten things, he finds a walking stick with a dragon head, shining in the dim light. The detailed carving and strange glow make him stare. He feels like this is not a normal walking stick. The attic's secrets are about to change everything. Hiro touches the walking stick. Suddenly, a bright light covers him. The attic disappears. He's stuck on a small island in a huge wavy ocean. He feels scared, but as fast as it started, he's back in the attic with salt water on the floor. The stick lies quietly at his feet, its magic clear to see. Hiro shivers, knowing he's found something amazing and maybe dangerous. The world is not what it seems. The attic feels different now, like it's full of secret energy. Hiro decides to keep the walking stick and its magic a secret, remembering his dad's advice about listening and watching carefully. He hides the stick, promising to learn its secrets quietly. The secret makes him feel important. Hiro is not just a visitor anymore. He's the keeper of something magical. A new adventure has begun. That night, Hiro can't sleep. The stick glows under his blanket. Suddenly, his room changes into swirling colors and light. He's now on a grassy hill under two moons, surrounded by strange flowers and mysterious music. The world is alive with magic. Hiro takes a step, his heart beating fast, ready to explore. The adventure is real. Hiro walks through a magical world, unseen by the mythical creatures from his grandpa's stories. He sees fox spirits, little sprites, and a grand dragon flying high above. Realizing he's just a silent watcher, Hiro feels a big responsibility. As the sun rises, he returns to his room, the stick's glow fading. He promises to protect this secret world. Hiro is its guardian now. Every night, Hiro follows the walking stick's call. Each trip takes him to amazing places. Tonight, a forest of tall, glowing trees. The forest welcomes him, and its magic feels real. Hiro feels a strong connection, like he belongs there. The adventure and his job as guardian have just started. Walking deeper into the forest, Hiro felt the world around him grow quieter, as if the trees themselves were holding their breath. The sunlight danced through the leaves, painting shifting patterns on the mossy ground beneath his feet. Every step he took seemed to echo with possibility, and the air was thick with the scent of earth and blooming wildflowers. The deeper he went, the more the forest seemed to come alive, with the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of a hidden bird. Suddenly, Hero heard a strange sound, unlike anything he had ever heard before. It was not the chirping of birds or the scurrying of small animals, but something softer, more mysterious. He stopped in his tracks, his heart beating a little faster, and listened closely. The sound seemed to come from all around him, as if the very air was humming with secrets. A soft whisper came from the trees, their branches swaying gently as if moved by an invisible hand. The leaves shimmered with a faint, magical glow, and Hero felt as though the forest itself was trying to speak to him. He closed his eyes for a moment, letting the whispers wash over him, and felt a sense of wonder growing inside. At first he thought it was just the wind, playing tricks on his ears. But as he listened more closely, he realized that the sounds were forming words, ancient and wise, spoken in a language older than time itself. The wind seemed to carry stories, laughter, and even gentle warnings, swirling around him in a symphony of nature. Then, to his amazement, Hero realized the trees were talking. Their trunks glowed softly, and faces appeared in the bark, kind and ancient, their eyes twinkling with the wisdom of centuries. They spoke in hushed tones, their voices blending together like a gentle breeze, sharing their stories with the boy who dared to listen. Their voices, old and wise, shared forest secrets, tales of forgotten magic, and the history of the land. They spoke of times when the forest was young, when magical creatures roamed freely and the world was filled with wonder. Hero listened, spellbound, as the trees recounted legends of brave heroes, mischievous spirits, and the delicate balance that kept the forest alive. The whispers grew softer, telling of creatures that had vanished from the human world, gentle giants, shimmering sprites, and wise old guardians who watched over the woods. Hero imagined these beings, their forms glowing faintly in the shadows, and felt a pang of longing for a world he had never known but somehow remembered in his heart. As Hero followed the path, it opened up before him, revealing a breathtaking sight. A beautiful river of shining light, winding its way through the heart of the forest. The water sparkled as if filled with 1,000 tiny stars, casting a gentle glow on everything it touched. The river seemed to hum with energy, its surface rippling with colors that shifted and danced in the sunlight. Its waters were full of colors, reflecting the stars above even though it was still daytime. Blues, purples and golds shimmered together, creating a tapestry of light that seemed almost too beautiful to be real. Hero gazed in awe, feeling as if he had stumbled into a dream. A place where the boundaries between night and day, reality and magic, no longer mattered. Little glowing creatures, like fireflies with wings of light, danced above the river, their movements graceful and joyful. They flitted from one side to the other, leaving trails of sparkling dust in the air. Hero watched them, mesmerized, feeling a sense of happiness and wonder bubbling up inside him. He reached out, hoping to touch one, but they darted away playfully, inviting him to join in their dance. Unable to resist, Hero knelt by the riverbank and gently touched the glowing water. It felt warm and magical, sending a pleasant tingle up his arm. The sensation was unlike anything he had ever felt, comforting, energizing, and full of promise. For a moment he closed his eyes and let the feeling wash over him, as if the river was sharing its ancient magic with him. As he sat there, Hero felt connected to everything. The trees, the river, the glowing creatures, and even the stories whispered by the wind. It was as if he had become a part of the forest itself, his heart beating in time with the rhythm of nature. The worries and fears he had carried with him faded away, replaced by a deep sense of peace and belonging. In that magical moment, Hero understood that he was a part of something big and beautiful. A world full of wonder, magic, and endless possibilities, waiting to be discovered by those who dared to listen and believe. Whoosh! Hero was in a bright, busy city, but the people were made of light and the buildings changed colors. Floating lanterns lit the streets, making strange shadows. Hero walked with the light people. They didn't seem to notice him. He watched a light artist make sculptures. The artist looked at Hero and smiled, like he knew Hero was there, even without words. The ground trembled beneath Hero's feet, sending tiny pebbles skittering down the path. He looked up, heart pounding, and found himself standing at the base of a mountain so vast it seemed to touch the sky. The air was thick with anticipation, and the mountain's shadow stretched over him like a protective cloak. Hero's breath caught in his throat as he realized this was no ordinary mountain. It was the legendary Mountain of the Wise Dragon, a place whispered about in stories and dreams. As Hero took his first step forward, he felt an invisible force gently pulling him upward. The climb, which should have been impossible for a boy his size, felt almost effortless. Each step seemed guided by a mysterious energy, as if the mountain itself wanted him to reach the top. The wind swirled around him, carrying the scent of pine and ancient secrets, and Hero's heart filled with courage he never knew he had. As he climbed higher, Hero noticed strange glowing symbols etched into the rocks. They pulsed with a gentle light, casting patterns on the stone that seemed to dance and shift. To his amazement, the symbols matched those carved into his walking stick, the very one his grandmother had given him before his journey began. Suddenly, a wave of understanding washed over him. The stick was more than a simple tool. It was a key, a guide, connecting him to the mountain's ancient magic. At last, Hero reached the summit, where the world seemed to glow with golden sunlight. There, perched atop the highest rock, was a dragon of breathtaking beauty. Its massive wings shimmered in the light, and its scales reflected every color of the dawn. The dragon's presence filled the air with warmth and wisdom, and Hero felt both small and incredibly important all at once. The dragon's scales shimmered like 1,000 tiny mirrors, catching the sunlight and scattering it in dazzling patterns. Its eyes glowed with a deep, ancient light, as if they held the memories of the world itself. With a gentle breath, the dragon exhaled a golden mist that danced around Hero, filling him with a sense of peace and wonder. The dragon gazed at Hero with eyes full of wisdom and kindness. In that silent moment, Hero felt as if the dragon could see into his very soul, understanding every hope, fear and dream he carried. The connection between them was instant and powerful, as if they had always been destined to meet atop this magical mountain. Standing on the mountaintop, surrounded by beauty and magic, Hero knew deep in his heart that he was meant to be there. He was part of something much greater than himself, a story woven through time, waiting for him to discover its secrets. The adventure was only beginning, and Hero felt ready to see all the wonders the world had to offer. Hero felt different. He wasn't the same boy anymore. His secret journeys made him feel older, wiser. He remembered the dragon's wise look and knew he couldn't tell anyone, not even his grandpa. He watched his grandpa gardening and knew some wonders need to be kept secret. He wasn't afraid of the walking stick anymore. He felt responsible, like a guardian. Hero saw the world differently now. He noticed tiny details like sunlight on water and butterflies' wings. His grandpa saw the change in Hero, but thought it was the peace of the village. Hero liked to sit on a hillside and listen to the sounds of nature. They weren't just noises anymore, but a beautiful song. Hero and his grandpa grew closer. Hero understood the wisdom in his grandpa's stories. He looked at himself in a mirror and saw a boy becoming a young man. He read his grandpa's books about myths and saw connections to the magical places he visited. As summer ended, Hero felt peaceful. He knew true wisdom was about being quiet and noticing the wonder around him. Summer was almost over. Hero felt sad to leave his grandpa. He wanted to tell him everything, but he knew he couldn't. His grandpa seemed to understand. As the train left, Hero watched the village disappear. He saw its beauty clearly now. A tear rolled down his cheek, but he didn't wipe it away. He knew the magic of the village would always be with him. The next summer, Hero went back to his grandpa's house and found a small wooden box. Inside was a shimmering dragon scale. Hero knew it was a special gift, a reminder of the magic. He realized the magic wasn't just in the walking stick, but inside him. The walking stick had just helped him find it. Back in the city, Hero felt different. The familiar streets, once overwhelming and loud, now seemed to hum with a gentle energy he hadn't noticed before. The city's chaos, which used to make him feel small and lost, now felt like a living, breathing thing, full of stories, possibilities, and hidden wonders. Every step he took, he felt a quiet strength inside him, as if the magic from the village had woven itself into his very being. He wasn't bothered by the noise anymore. The honking cars, the chatter of people, the distant rumble of trains, all of it blended into a kind of music. Hero found himself smiling at the little things, a child laughing as she chased pigeons, an old man feeding stray cats, the way sunlight danced on the windows of tall buildings. The city was still busy, but now it felt alive in a way he'd never seen before. But as dusk settled over the city, Hero felt a strange pull from the walking stick he still carried. Its surface shimmered with a faint, otherworldly glow, and the air around him seemed to thicken with anticipation. He paused in the middle of a quiet street, the world slowing to a hush. Suddenly, the stick pulsed with light. Hero's form began to blur, his outline dissolving into shimmering motes that spiraled around the walking stick. The city faded away, replaced by swirling colors and ancient whispers. In a heartbeat, Hero vanished, drawn inside the very heart of the magical walking stick. The stick trembled, then began to grow, its wood twisting and expanding, roots bursting through the pavement. In moments, it transformed into a massive ancient Iroko tree, its branches stretching high above the city, leaves shimmering with a mystical light. The city's people stopped and stared in awe, their faces lit by the tree's gentle glow. No one could explain what had happened. Some whispered that the boy had become part of the tree, his spirit living on in its ancient wood. Others claimed the tree was a doorway to another world, or a guardian watching over the city. The truth remained a mystery, echoing in the rustle of the leaves and the shimmering light that lingered long after sunset. And so, the city was forever changed. The ancient tree stood as a silent reminder of magic, adventure, and the mysteries that lie just beyond the edge of the ordinary. People would pause beneath its branches, feeling a sense of wonder, and perhaps, just for a moment, they would hear the faint laughter of a boy who had vanished into legend. But the story is far from over. The search for the boy is just beginning, and new mysteries are about to unfold. Watch out for the next episode where the adventure continues and the city's secrets come alive. Will Hero return, or has he truly become part of the magic? Stay tuned and let the echoes of magic guide you to the next chapter.